You know, I would now like to recognize our presenting sponsor, and as I mentioned, you know, they have stepped up right along with Ford and renewed with us for 3 years, and we're so grateful. They have a home right down the street here in Royal Oak and throughout Oakland County. They have brainstormed with us on many occasions in the winter. We've had a lot of planning sessions on how we can step up community involvement and partnerships together. They had an extremely innovative community partnership that we kicked off in our first year, and now they're stepping it up again. So how about a nice hand for Citizens Bank and Pat Reardon, Bank Regional President for Southeast Michigan. Pat?
Great to see you. Thank you very much for that introduction. I just want to say a couple things right off the bat. I thought John told me if you sponsor this, you also have to sponsor the Brooksy Way. Because I think we did. I thought that was a package deal, but John was taking care of you on that, Brooks. Thank you very much for that. First of all, I do want to say that Citizens Bank is very, very proud to join Brooks and Ford to support the arts, beats, and eats. We have, this is our 3rd year, and each year we try to get better at it. And Citizens Bank has 2 really good people that help make our bank look really good in this program. And her name is Sherry Forbes and Brian Smith, have just done a fantastic job of helping us take our participation to another level. And I've got 3 things here that I think that are really kind of cool this year. The first year we got together, we put together a partnership with Gleaners Food Bank, where each one of our branches would accept food donations that we could then turn over to Gleaners. So that, and then if you did that, then we gave away some passes to the festival. It was a huge success. We're doing that again this year. We are partnering with Gleaners again to collect food at our branches to donate again to what a great cause. The second thing we did is last year we put together a money booth. What a lot of fun that was. I hope you guys had a chance to see that. Maybe some of you got into the money booth. What a way to make a fool of yourself. It is really a neat thing. I got in there myself. You work really, really hard. You pick up some cash. At times I saw Brian adding money to the person because they just didn't grab as much as we wanted them to grab. But we are bringing back the money booth, and then we're taking a little twist on it this year, and it really goes down to what Mayor Ellison had alluded to. And we're really proud of this next partnership that we're forming. Citizens is proud to sponsor and provide exhibit space for an all-new radiothon hosted by Rock 105.1 named Calls for Kids. Calls for Kids will benefit the Children's Miracle Network, and as Mayor Ellison referenced, will directly support Beaumont and their outstanding work with children right here in Royal Oak. So just a really neat partnerships that we're forming. The next thing we're also doing is in our money booth. Anytime people win money, we're matching that money and giving it also to the Miracle Network and to Beaumont. So we're really just trying to elevate that participation and that community involvement. So again, once again, I just want to say that Citizens Bank, we're proud to be involved with the festival. Thank you, John, for inviting us back. We've always had great times, great success, and we're looking forward to Oakland County's premier summer festival. Thank you.
And I'm just going to say that the radio station is Soft Rock 105.1. I'm making that clarification because they have played a great role in making this happen and are the hosts of this, and will be broadcasting for 4 days to help make it happen. So I will add that to. And thank you so much, Pat, Citizens, Sherry, Brian. Many, many thanks. And again, it continues. The same creativity is upon us with our friends at Priority Health as well, and stepping up and stepping out, which you'll all know what that means in a second. But I really want to thank them. I want to thank them as well, and I'm sorry I'm cracking up. I'm going to give it away. But without further ado, how about a nice hand for Don Whitford, Vice President of Sales and Client Services for Priority Health.
Thank you, John. Now I really feel nervous, right? Now I got to really deliver. Well, as the festival's premier health sponsor, Priority Health is really looking forward to bringing healthy outcomes to this year's Ford Arts, Beats, and Eats. We plan on sponsoring 2 activities that'll bring a real focus to fun and fitness to this year's festival. And both of these events are for great causes, and they will occur back-to-back on Saturday, September the 1st. Saturday morning, we'll kick it off with our Priority Health Arts in Motion 5K, presented by DMC. More than 500 runners are expected to access the streets of Royal Oak to support the arts with net proceeds benefiting the Michigan Youth Arts Council, a statewide association based here in Royal Oak that serves an alliance of arts education organizations across many artistic disciplines. Now, as the 5K ends, we're going to start with our all-new Priority Health Zumbathon. And we expect more than 1,000 Zumba participants dancing to help raise money for Carmona's Cancer Institute. And here to tell us a little bit more about the Zumbathon is Susan Stokely, the owner of Vibe Fit, and Susan is one of our Zumba people. Zumba or Susan? I'm giving it away, John.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you, Don. Yeah, Vibe Fit is very excited to bring this event again this year. Last year we had over 70 instructors participating and teams presenting routines to over 900 people I think we had last year. So this year we're already getting quite a buzz, a lot of interest in the event, so we're expecting close to 1,000 people, probably 100 instructors. And if you're not familiar, Zumba is a dance-based fitness class. We use music from all over the world, so it's a really great fit for the festival as well. So why don't we just show you what it is.
Into the spirit of it. We expect him to go the whole hour on September the 1st. And I would think Pat and some of our other sponsors would be out there with him this year, right, Pat? Okay. As you can, trust me, I'll be there in spirit. As you can see, there'll be a lot of fun and fitness combined, and we hope to raise a minimum of $5,000 for the incredible efforts of Carmona's. As one of Michigan's largest health insurers, Priority Health is thrilled, again, to be a sponsor of this year's event at Ford's Arts, Beats, and Eats. And for more information, please access the website artsbeatsandeats.com. Thank you, John. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it did. Pages have disappeared here, so I'm gonna go a little bit out of order and get myself together. I am, you know, it's so nice. It's so nice to see the cameras. They've never actually stepped out of their pods to come up and shoot me close up before. So it is. I am truly shake it, oh baby, no question. All right, so you know, in the last 14 years, on a serious note, I think it often goes unnoticed that Ford Arts Beats and Eats has generated almost $3.5 million for local nonprofits in just 14 years. We'll cross the $3.5 million mark this year. There's 60 nonprofits, involved with us. Some of our partners are here today. Rick Lowenstein of JARC, Laura Lockridge of March of Dimes, Tom Ripel and Steve DRC as representing Autism Speaks and the Autism Alliance, Crystal Smith and Suzanne Chandler from Children's Center, Maureen Elliott, Julie Morad, Natsis of Beaumont, and the Children's Miracle Network are here, and many others, and if I missed some, but it's just a great collaboration and a great way to bring folks together. One of our new programs this year was inspired, in my own home. I have a 10-year-old son, with autism, and he is and is an amazing, you know, guy who has made such great progress. And, you know, we've been able to give him support and treatment that not all families with children with autism have been able to do. And, you know, for the first time, I don't know how it dawned on me this year, but I'm so glad it did, that, you know, I think that we should, you know, do some outreach for autism, and we came up with some really nice things. And I'm grateful to have entered into a partnership with the Autism Alliance and Autism Speaks. I'm going to let them tell you about it. You know, I want to certainly thank my son Tucker for being the great guy that he is, and you know, for you, buddy, we are going to do some cool things and raise some money and have some fun. So how about a nice hand for Steve D'Arcy, Chairman of the Board for Autism Alliance, and Tom Riappel, Regional Director, Autism Speaks.
Well, thank you very much. On behalf of the Autism Alliance of Michigan and Autism Speaks, we're just extremely grateful to have been selected as a gate charity for this year's event. In addition to us being represented, there's going to be opportunities for families with kids with autism to be able to do things that, frankly, they don't ever get to do. The restrictions put on their lives by having a family member with autism limits them so much. And I have to tell you, after seeing this, the idea of an entire group of people with autism doing the Zumba dance is the kind of the most interesting thing I think would happen during the entire event. You have to see it to believe it, I'm sure. Autism is in the paper a lot now, and that's because we've gone from an incidence rate of maybe 1 in 5,000 to now less than 1 in 100, according to the Center for Disease Control. And we're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on and why this is happening. But it's a tremendous issue. In Michigan alone, there are 15,000 children registered in our schools who are on the autism spectrum. So this is a major public health problem that affects the entire families. The Autism Alliance of Michigan is an alliance of the major healthcare providers, social service agencies, universities, and other activists who are trying to put together programs to help families and children with autism. It's key this year in particular, due to the vision of our governor, lieutenant governor, and our legislature, that we get information out to these families, because in the last few months, Michigan became the 31st state in the United States to mandate insurance coverage for these kids. And now families are going to have access to resources that they've never had before. And thanks to this year's event, we will have a booth along with Autism Speaks to help communicate these services that are now available to Michigan families and help them not only have a good time, but to get the kind of help they need. So I'll turn it over to Tom.
Thank you, Steve. And again, we're proud to be partnering with the Autism Alliance in this effort. As Steve mentioned, there's many challenges for these families. And we work together in many ways in the same areas to advocate, as we did for the insurance reform, research, trying to improve the quality of life and bring service to these families, which is really, really important to see these children grow. What Art Speaks and Eats is doing is for families is truly special. They will be donating free admission, free parking, thanks to Allison. Thank you so much. And also free carnival rides, free inflatables, free lunch for over 300 families. That gives 100 folks a chance. These families to bring their kids and really enjoy the spectacular festival.
Get to do the Zumba dance.
They get to do the Zumba dance, and we'll be there with them. Maybe they're going to open their doors an hour early so these families can come in and not be caught in the rush, because if you know, sometimes these kids are challenged by noise and that. So what a tremendous gift to these families. It's an experience they probably wouldn't have. It's valued over $32,000, and Steve and I think are really thankful to everyone who made this possible. Over the next 60 days, we'll be reaching out to organizations that work with these families to ask them to nominate families who would want to come, complete families, all the children in the family, and really have this tremendous experience in August. So thank you so much. I tell you, when I've seen these types of events where these families attend, you can't imagine what an experience and how blessed they feel to be able to go out and take their kids and not worry about being made to feel uncomfortable. So thank you so much. This is a great event. We're looking forward to being a partner with you. Thank you.
Our next speaker, is going to go a little off theme. Normally we announce our entertainment attractions in August, but there's something coming to us that is so big and so special, and in an Olympic year is going to add such a treat to the event. We're in the midst of what's going to be probably a really incredible NBA Finals championship match between Miami and Oklahoma City. And basketball is big in the USA, and Fort Arts Beats and Eats is going to be the beneficiary of something extremely cool. And I'm not going to take any more thunder away, to use an Oklahoma City term, from our next guest. MetroPCS has been an amazing supporter of the festival. It's been many years now. I've been working with Shawn Byrnes and his team, which he's always been surrounded by great folks, and we're so glad to have their support again, and really blessed to have what you're about to hear about. So how about a nice hand for Vice President General Manager of MetroPCS, Shawn Byrnes.
Thank you. Thanks, John. We're really happy to be part of Arts Beats and Eats once again. It's a great venue, as everybody knows, and it's our pleasure to be part of it. A few months back, we were planning the event. We typically have booth space proper in the event, and Jason Jones, our Director of Advertising and Marketing, said, hey, we've got this other sponsorship that's happening nationally, and it's with USA Basketball Dream Tour. What if we could get the Dream Tour to actually participate in Arts Beats and Eats? And I said, I think that's a great idea. Let's get in contact with John, and of course we beat him up a little bit like we like to do. But we're very pleased to announce that USA Basketball will be having a traveling court as part of Arts Beats and Eats. We're going to have former NBA and USA Basketball star Muggsy Bogues on hand on August 31st and September 1st. He's going to be there for autographs and photos and meet and greet, and hopefully gets involved with some of the visitors to the exhibit for a little bit of one-on-one. That would be fantastic. Samsung Mobile, another partner of ours, is going to also be on hand, and they'll have various basketball-centric trivia games and mobile applications that they'll be sharing with visitors. With all the national attention on the Olympics, we're hopeful that we'll be celebrating a gold medal, I think, over Labor Day. It'd be fantastic. But we're really excited to bring this asset down to the festival. And we're very proud, of course, to be part of Arts Beats and Eats. A few years ago, this is an aside, a few years ago, we were really considering cutting back all of our sponsorship spend in the festivals in and around Metro Detroit for budget reasons. And first time I met John was actually at Panera Bread in Birmingham, and it was really that conversation that kept us involved and helped us to grow our involvement in this festival and other festivals that John's group does. So big thanks to John and his group. They're very, very great to work with, and we're really proud to be part of it.
Folks, I'm going to go off mic for a second just to show everybody where everything's going to be this year. The Autism Outreach Initiative is going to start on the north of the festival where the carnival is. We're actually going to open the event, the entire festival, 1 hour early just for those families. It'll focus up there. And just to give you an idea of where some of the other things we talked about, by our main stage here will be the Zumbathon, the Priority Health Zumbathon. It'll be in the big parking lot during the day when you'll have the major concerts at night. Just north of that, off of 6th Street, is a MetroPCS USA Basketball exhibit that Shawn just talked about. The Soft Rock 105.1 Call for Kids Radiothon will be right here in front of Pronto. So that'll be located right here, and there's a map here to check that out. I'm going to take it down in a second. The Deaf Arts Festival and the Cultural Alliance exhibit will be right along 7th Street. So that'll be on 7th Street. So it gives you an idea where these initiatives are going to be taking place. So there you go. Check those out later. I want to thank everybody so much. Everybody in this room here today has been part of a great collaboration. If there's a sponsor here that we didn't recognize, I think you know how valuable and what a team this is. The officials in Royal Oak that weren't recognized, the chief of police, the fire department, the city manager, Don Johnson, everyone who makes this event, a truly special thing. We appreciate it. I do want to say one more thank you to Sinhielo, who's going to play some tunes afterwards and will be one of the music here lineup, part of the music lineup here. Thank you guys. We'll get that map up. I want to tell everyone that our music lineup will be announced the first week of August. It's actually almost complete, and I know everyone wants it, but we had so many good things to talk about today that we got one more major act to book, but you will be thrilled with our lineup. It'll be announced August 1st or just around that time, and we'll have all our local music stages filled and announced as well. We're in our final process. And again, one more thing about the food. Mitchell's, Bastone's, Jamazzi, Pronto, those 4 fine restaurants, there are no carnival trailers down the main strip of Fort Arts Beats and Eats. They're fabulous restaurants, eateries throughout Metro Detroit, and check them out today and you'll get some great taste. And then again, I want to recognize her fabulous art director. She doesn't believe I'm going to recognize her to close, but Lisa Conoco. She has an amazing arts festival already juried and ready for presentation. We'll be announcing those artists in August as well. We've been ranked as size 4 in the United States. So much going on. Thank you, everybody, very, very much, and really appreciate it. Have a great day. Enjoy some food. Say hello to the media, and we'll see you on Labor Day weekend in downtown Royal Oak.